Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Exercise 2.3, question number 1. Reduce each of the following matrices to the indicated form. The given matrix is 1 3 minus 1 2 1 4 3 4 minus 5. Now reduce it into the echelon form. Some people call it echelon or echelon. It is the same thing. So echelon form is that make this entry, this and this 0. This is the echelon form. How? By row operation. So for this we can write it as row operation. Here is 2 and here is 1. So multiply this row, the first row, with 2 and subtract it from the second one. So the second one is 2 1 4, multiply it with 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are minus 2. Now subtract it, minus plus. So we get 0, here minus 5, and 4 plus 2 we get 6. And similarly multiply first row with 3 and subtract it from third row. Third row is 3 4 minus 5, multiply it with 3. 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, and 3 1s are minus 3. Now change the sign. So 3 minus 3 becomes 0. Here we get minus 5 and here we get minus 2. So now write 1 3 minus 1 on its place, and 0 minus 5 and 6, and 0 minus 5 minus 2. How we get it? By row 2 minus 2 time row first, and row 3 minus 3 time row first. This is rough work. Now how we can make this minus 5 0? Just by subtracting second row from the third. So the third row is minus 5 minus 2, and the second row is minus 5 6. Subtract, change the sign. So these two cancel. Here we get 0, and minus 2 minus 6 we get minus 8. So we can write it as 1 3 minus 1 0 minus 5 6, and here we can write 0 0 minus 8. The other entry are 0 here. How? By row 3 minus row 2. Now look, 0 0 0, it is the required, which is the required echelon form. Part 4.1 also we should change it in the echelon form for this row operation. Solution: multiply first row with 2 and subtract it from the second row. So look at here, 2 1 1, and 2 1s are 2, 2 0s are 0, 2 2s are minus 4. Subtract it, change the sign. So here we get 0, 1 minus 0 we get 1, and 1 plus 4 we get 5. So we can write it 0 1 0 minus 2, here 0 1 5. And how this 3 will become 0? Multiply first row with 3 and subtract it from row third. So we can write row third, 3 2 3, and now multiply the first row with 3. So we get 3 1s are 3, 3 0s are 0, 3 2s are minus 6, and now subtract it, change the sign. Here we get 0, here 2 and 6 plus 3 we get 9. So write here 0 2 and 9. How we get this? By R2 minus 2 times R1, and R3 minus 3 times R1. This is rough calculation. Now row operation. How this 2 becomes 0? Subtract row second from row third. So look here, row third is 0, 2, 9 and row second is 0, 1, 5. Subtract it. So 2 minus 1. Multiply it with 2 also. 0, 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. Now subtract 2 minus 2, we get 0. And here is 10. 9 minus 10, we get minus 1. So we can write it 1, 0, minus 2, 0, 1, 5, and here 0, 0, minus 1. How? R3 minus by R3 minus 2 times row 2, which is the required echelon form. We have changed these three values into 0, which is the required echelon form. Part third. Solution, change it into the reduced echelon form. In reduced echelon form, in the main diagonal there is be only entry 1, 1, 1, 1, and these three will be 0 and these three will be 0. This is called reduced echelon form. For this row operation, first we will interchange these two rows and this 2 become 1. So interchange this two row, write it 1, 1, 2. The second row will be 2, 3, minus 3, 1, and the next one on its place. By we have changed R1 with R2. This is the symbol for changing of two rows. Now multiply this with 2 and subtract it from row 2. Row 2 is 2 minus 3, 1. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. Subtract it. Here we get 0, here we get minus 5, and here we get minus 3. Also write row 4, third, which is 4, 1, 7, and multiply first with 4. 4 1s are 4, 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and subtract. These two cancel, we get 0, here we get minus 3, and here we get minus 1. So now write it 1, 1, 2, here 0, minus 5, minus 3, and here 0, minus 3, minus 1. How? By R2 minus 2R1 and R3 minus 4R1. Now make this minus 5 1. How? Multiply row second with minus 1 over 5. So it will become 1, 1, 2, and it 0 minus 1 over 5 into 0, we get 0. Minus 1 over 5 into minus 5, so here we get 1, and here we get 3 over 5. And write it 0, minus 3, and minus 1 on its place. How? Multiplying minus 1 over 5 with row second. Now in the next step, row operation, subtract row second from row first, so this will become 0, and add row second 3 times row second with row third, so this will become 0. So look right here, it is 1, 1, 2, and subtract 0, 1, 3 by 5. Change the sign. Here we get 1 minus 0, 1. Here 1 minus 1, we get 0, and 2 minus 3 over 5. Look here, 2 minus 3 over 5, 2 5s are 10, 10 minus 3 over 5, we get 7 over 5, 7 over 5, so we can write it as 1 0 7 over 5. Write it on its place, 0 1 3 over 5, and multiply this row second with 3 and add it with the third row, which is minus 3 minus 1. So here 3 ones are 3, and here we get 9 over 5. Now add these two, here we get 0. Minus 1 plus 9 over 5. So look here, minus 1 plus 9 over 5, take the LCM, 5 ones are minus 5 plus 9 over 5, we get 4 over 5. So we can write it as 0, here 0, and here we get 4 over 5. How? R1 minus R2, we have subtracted this, and R3 plus 3 times R2. Now multiply this third row with 5 over 4, so here we get 1. Row operation, 1 0 7 over 5, 0 1 3 over 5, and here we get 0 0 and 1. How? By 4, 5 over 4 R3. Now multiply it with 3 over 5 and subtract it from this, we get 0, and 7 over 5, so here we get 0. Row operation, we get 1 0, here 0, and 0 1, here 0, and 0 0 1. How? By 7 over by R1 minus 7 over 5 R3, and 0 it is R2 minus 3 over 5 R3, which is the required reduced echelon form. Look at here, here R3 0 and here R3 0, which is the required reduce echelon form. Look here, we have multiplied 3 over 5 and subtracted it from 3 over 5, we get 0. 7 over 5 and subtracted from 7 over 5, we get 0. This is the required echelon form. Part second, change into the reduced echelon form solution. This is the matrix. First of all, interchange these two rows, so we have changed row first with row second. Now here is 2, so the second row, subtract 2 times first row from row second, so this is row second and this is 2 times first row, we get 0 5 minus 5 15, we have write it here, and row third minus 3 times row first, this is row third and this is 3 times row first, we get 0 4 minus 3 11, 0 4 minus 3 11. Now look at here, multiply 1 over 5 with row third, that here become 1. So look here, 1 it divided by 5 minus 1, and here we get 3. Now in the next, add these two row, here we get 0 and minus 1 plus 2, we get 1, and 3 minus 3 plus 3 0, and multiply it with 4 and subtract it from this, so this is row third and 4 times row second, we get 0 1 minus 1, so this is 0 1 minus 1. Now add this with this, 1 plus 1, we get 0, and minus 1 plus 3, we get 2, and subtract this third row from this, so 1 minus 1, we get 0 here, and 0 minus minus 1, so we get plus 1 here. This is the required reduced echelon form. Look here in the main diagonal, it is 1 1, above it are 0 and below it are 0. This is the required reduced echelon form.